Well, the prosecution set to call its final witnesses today in the trial of Gareth Pursehouse, who's accused in the murder of a prominent Hollywood sex therapist. Amie Harwick, the one-time fiancée of The Price is Right's Drew Carey, was found dead outside of her home in February of 2020. Pursehouse is accused of strangling her and throwing her over her balcony. His defense team claims the fall was accidental. Correspondent Alex Caprariello is live in Los Angeles. So, Alex, you've been in the courtroom all morning. Who has been called to testify so far today?
Well, Kelly, I can tell you just moments ago, Robert Koshland was called to the stand. This is one of Amie Harwick's best friends, also one of the very last people to see her alive. This is something that we've all been waiting for, given that it's likely to be very powerful testimony, someone who can speak to Amie's thoughts and how she felt about Pursehouse in that last month or so before she died. I'm eager to get back down there to see what he has to say. But beyond that, we've also heard from a detective who was on the stand today. He was one of the people that was responsible for extracting the data from both Pursehouse and Harwick's cell phone after he was arrested and after she died. Very telling, those text messages between the two people. Gareth had lost her number over the past years since they broke up, but then found her number again, began texting her again. And so we combed through all those text messages back and forth between the defendant and the victim. At one point, Harwick even telling a friend that those text messages to her felt obsessive and scary. So very telling information right there during that testimony.
Wow, certainly. So I understand you had the chance to speak to one of Amie's closest friends. How is she doing? What did she say?
Yeah, this was an exclusive that NewsNation was able to get. I spoke to Gabby Navarrete. She was also one of the best friends of Amie Harwick. She has been sitting right there beside Harwick's parents every single day during this trial, being a sense of support and comfort to them. I had the chance to speak to her outside yesterday after the hearing wrapped, and she told me all about their relationship together, what Amie meant to her, the impact that she made on her and her community. We have a portion of that interview. Let's take a listen.
Besides missing her dancing and laughing and her voice, I miss sitting still with her. I love you. Yeah, I miss you.
And you can really see the emotion there as she remembers one of her closest friends. It is a very hard thing to be inside that courtroom, seeing those images and replaying everything that happened now more than 3 years ago, but still very fresh on everyone's hearts.
Certainly, and you can hear the pain in her voice there. Alex, we only have about 30 seconds left, but I know you had the chance to watch video of a jailhouse visit between Pursehouse and two friends. What happened there?
Yeah, this was something that was a bit unexpected. This was not something we were planning on seeing, but it was very fascinating to see these two friends come and visit Pursehouse from jail. This is about 16 days after Amie Harwick died, but in that jailhouse phone call, you could see Pursehouse actually remained quite calm, even though he was locked up behind bars now for more than 2 weeks. He explained a little bit about how he was doing. The short answer was not okay, but also he seemed very nonchalant and calm behind bars. Very surprising.
All right, Alex, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.